I've often thought about the time and preparation I put into this obsession of mine, especially now that I've taken a more primitive approach to pursue game with traditional equipment. The hours I spend shooting my bow throughout the dog days of summer here in the Louisiana heat, putting up with extreme humidity and mosquitoes while tuning and retuning my bow and arrows, the miles hiked through the southern brush to scout and check game cameras, hanging and moving and rehanging stands, sitting for many fruitless hours on end, staring into empty woods, just hoping for a glimpse of anything. And what I find most intriguing is that all of this time and all of this effort is for one tiny moment. All of the preparation and stress we put ourselves through trying to make sure we are completely ready when the time comes can either be wasted or capitalized on in a matter of seconds. These are the moments we work for. These are the moments we prepare for. These are the moments that we live for. You tend to become acutely aware of the challenge you're up against when you look down at a primitive bow in your hand and realize that the tool you've decided to use to hunt some of the most wary creatures that were ever created is simply a stick and string. And you have to ask yourself, why would you step back in time and use such primitive gear? It could be the sense of accomplishment achieved when all of the hours of fine-tuning your skills is rewarded with fodder for your table. It could also be the intimacy that is generated between yourself and Mother Nature through the reaping of her bounty by using a simple stick and string. I personally like to think that it's all of the above, and a mysticism that surrounds the art of bow hunting.
That buck just snuck up on me. That's a buck that I named JuJu, as in bad juju. And he was on me all summer, and he left, and I couldn't find him. And I came into a area that I've hunted before. I've killed a good buck in here before, and there were scrapes everywhere and rubs. And anyway, it's about 7:30, 7:45 this morning. I had a spike show up and a yearling doe right after daylight. And I thought I heard a deer walking a minute ago. And I look up, and JuJu pops his head over the corner, over the ridge right here, and walks right up, turns broadside, gives me about a 13-yard shot. And I put the arrow right where it needed to go. Complete pass through. He ran about 60, 70 yards over the next ridge, and I watched him fall. I couldn't get all that on footage, I don't think. I'm shaking. That's awesome. Thank you, Jesus. Man, that happened so quick. I'm shaking. A little bit from excitement and a little bit from cold. We're gonna give him a minute and then we're gonna go down and check him out. He went further than what I expected him to, but that's what mature bucks do sometimes. Like I said, he's not gonna score real good. It's pretty narrow, and his G3s aren't that great, but he's a heck of a buck for a longbow, and especially here in Louisiana. And this is a buck I've had on camera for a while. He doesn't really look it, but he's 4. I'm not so sure he's not 5 years old. I'll have to go back and look at my pictures, but everything worked out beautifully this morning. He almost blew it. He heard me. He heard my arrow. I'm not sure what I did, but I made a little noise, and he looked at me right before I shot. He was actually looking at me when I drew, and just acted dumb for a split second, and it worked out in my advantage. So I'm gonna get him loaded up and get him back to the house. Beautiful deer, beautiful morning. It's in the 30s, first week of December. It's an awesome experience to be able to take a mature deer with a traditional bow, and even that much more so to be able to put meat on your table. And I really couldn't be happier right now. This is just a cool experience.
It is the simple things in life that mean the most. I realize these pieces of time, these tiny glimpses of life as it really is, these moments, these are what shape us into the people we are, bow hunters.